we meet international needs by recognizing that we're part of an international community, and so we can't look out just for ourselves, but when we make choices, we have to think on a global scale. And so that might mean if I want to buy a piece of clothing, is this a piece of clothing that another child has made in a sweatshop? Or maybe if I'm buying food, is this food local? There's lots and lots of decisions, but it's about thinking that I am part of a big world, and I'm not just one little person, but I'm part of a lot of people.
How can we develop wider horizons?
I would say wider horizons. I would say if you want to develop wider horizons, then just do stuff. Be a doer. If you're interested in something, check it out. Go for it. If someone invites you to see something new, try it. Oh yeah, I think one of the best examples would be 3 years ago I had an opportunity to go to Africa, and so I did. And that blew open my horizons and exposed me to all sorts of new things.
How long does it take to build a well in Africa?
To build a well, it depends on the equipment. I've seen some wells that were hand dug that went down 200 feet, and you look down and all you'd see was a black pit this big, and it went straight down, and that probably took weeks of someone digging by hand. But sometimes they can use a drilling, like an actual proper drilling machine, and that could do it quickly. It could maybe take a day or two. So it really depends what kind of technology is available. Yes?
How did you get the money to build the well?
The money? Then there's lots of different ways you can, communities will get money. Sometimes they'll fundraise within the community. Often it's because people, even classrooms like yourselves, will raise money for a well and then donate that money. Or sometimes there's other charities, but the money sometimes will come from part of the international community, so people like you, or locally.
Check your sheets, folks. Another question?
Yeah?
What are you
Pardon me? Why did I want to help people? I think I want to help people because a lot of people helped me when I was growing up, and they still help me today. And so when people help me, it makes me think, hey, maybe I should, in turn, do something for others.
Thank you.
Yes?
What are some of the most important environmental problems?
Most important? I think, there's lots. For me, I work with lots of energy systems, and I think there's a big problem with where do we get our energy from. And right now we burn a lot of really dirty things like coal, and we burn it in such a way that we release lots and lots of pollution. And I think that's one of the big environmental problems. Yes?
How can we renew energy?
How can we renew energy? Again, so to renew energy is about choosing renewable energy sources, so sources that we can use again and again, things like wind or solar, or instead of say burning fuels that we dig from the ground. So for you guys, that's tough. Even for an individual person, it's hard to choose for renewable energy, but I guess that would be more large scale. So I'm not sure how individually you could. I guess when you get older, if you could choose to put up a solar panel or something like that, those are small areas that you could do that.
We have a question right here.
Yeah.
Nobody, you're on. Yeah.
How do we fix the ozone holes above the poles?
How do we fix that? Good question.
Repeat the question so we can hear it.
How do we fix the ozone holes in the atmosphere? That is a good question, and I don't know exactly. I know some scientists have some crazy ideas where they will make new ozone. Ozone is a type of oxygen, and they'll actually pump it into the atmosphere. Some people believe that if we stop polluting, that the Earth will repair itself, kind of like if we cut ourselves, our body will heal. But right now, we are not helping the ozone the way we are doing things.
You got this woman here. girl.
How will we help our environment?
How about, let's change it up to, what are 2 ways that grade 6s could help the environment?
So one easy way would be to not litter, because when you litter, not only does it look ugly, but often it can have harmful effects on the ground, the soils, or animals around that area. And two could be, you could plant a tree. Easy as that. And I think a third one that would be good is to help the environment would be to enjoy the environment and get out and enjoy the wilderness. And I think if people enjoy it, then they're more likely to preserve it. Yeah.
How does litter harm the environment?
How does
Litter
harm the environment? So there's different ways. One could be as litter breaks down, it will leach harmful chemicals into the soil. Another way could be, say, an animal could come along. I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of birds with their heads stuck in those 6, when you have the plastic top for 6 pop cans, they can get their heads stuck in those. I've seen some really sad pictures of birds that will eat garbage and then it ends up killing them, and you can see in their stomach it's just full of garbage. And sometimes what happens then is other animals will eat those birds and then get sick from that. So one animal might eat garbage here, and then another animal comes along and eats that animal, but the animal that ate was sick, and so now it gets sick. And then other animals could come along and eat that animal, but that animal's sick. So one animal eating garbage could make a whole series of other animals get really sick.
You have a stellar question right here.
Okay, I'm really excited for this.
So why did you become an engineer?
Why did I become an engineer? I became an engineer because my mom thought it was a good idea. That's true. And because I love, thank you. I really like to design and I like to build things. Who likes to play with Lego? Can I see a quick show of hands? Yeah, I love Lego. Still like to play with Lego today. I think I had one teacher and we did a lot of art projects, and I remember some other people would say, "Why are you guys doing so many art projects? That doesn't seem like, it seems like kind of a waste of time. Isn't math and other things important?" But I remember my teacher saying, it's so important to be creative, and if you really like doing creative things, then stick with it. Even if people tell you that it's not always the most practical thing to do.